Hey guys, good morning. Happy New Year's. Sorry I'm here a little bit late today. Traffic was bad. Daughter, we went to Disney yesterday and she was sick all night, so didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Came in a little late today. I saw the markets were climbing. We're up over $3,000 today. Our Facebook trade, if you guys remember on the last video that we did, first off, let me share this to the trade room. You got it? Alrighty, so if you guys remember and you went over the video that we did last, we were talking about, if you guys could see on the chart right here to the right, first it's Facebook.
KNX, Night Swift, March 40 call activity, 8,000 contracts, currently at 3660, that's kilo, November X-ray.
So, as you can see, we were talking about Facebook pulling back down to that 10-day simple moving average and then climbing for this week because markets are looking good. We have positive news coming out from politics, from economic events. So everything's looking like we're still going to continue to climb for the first half of this year as I'm expecting. I'm expecting the second half to be somewhat flat, neutral, or downward. So right now we're taking advantage. We're up 2,200 in the E-Trade account right now. We're up 1,700 for the day on Facebook. Remember those Facebook calls now. I had people in the trade room saying, Dave, my trade's down 50% right now. What should we do? And I said on the last video and in the trade room that if we get that confirmed bounce off that 10-day simple moving average, we were going to add to this trade. Well, today, as you can see, Facebook did have that confirmation. We just climbed off that 10-day simple moving average. Facebook right now is at the day's high for the day. Our trade, it is up 105% for the day. We're still down 17% on that. We're still up 17% on that, or down 17% on that, up $1,620 for the day, down $650 total on it right now, but that's for the January 10th expo, which expires next week. So I said in the trade room this morning as well that if we broke 209 a share, I was going to add to that position. Right now we're at 208.50. We're just getting up to that resistance area from the candle 3 days ago on December 27th of 2019. We got up right up to about 209. So if we could get a candle that could break above 209, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to head for all-time highs, which if we go back, we're basically at it right now. I know in the pre-market hours or after market hours when they reported, it got up to around 212, 215, but it retraced that day. So right now we're at some major resistance with Facebook once we get up to 209. So that's why I'm saying if we could break that major resistance at 209, I'm going to be adding to this trade. And what I'm probably going to be doing, we have the January 10th 210 strike call that we picked up for 259 a contract, and what I'm probably going to be doing with that is I'm not going to add to that one most likely. I'm not going to do that because it's next week's expo. I'm still very positive. I might add a little bit to that, but what I want to do is create a new trade and probably get something like the 210 strike call for the January 17th monthly or even the February monthly that's going to go into earnings. I expect Facebook to have pretty good earnings there, and I'm looking at the chart now. Walmart's just starting to get the cross. I'm looking for a good day trade setup right now. Like I said, we're up about $3,500 to $4,000 today between the accounts, and I think the best option we have right now is to look for a swing trade. And I want to share something with you guys here as well. So we're doing a little bit of editing on here because I want to make sure that I do everything everything that looks right. Bob says, bam, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Bob. I drive a Zamboni. Happy New Year to you. Nice chart in breakout mode. I know, that's beautiful. And guys, same thing as Amazon. Remember when we got the Amazon? We said, guys, it looks like it might come back down to that 10, then bounce again. That's exactly what we're seeing. Amazon right now is at $18.78 a share. I'm probably going to be adding to that as well. Now the E-Trade here, This E-Trade account's up 2,200, still continuing to climb. Markets are climbing. Wall Street's just coming back from lunch right now. It's about 12:41. 1 o'clock is usually when we see some more activity coming, where we could look at some day trades or some more possible swing trades. I have Umar here, my assistant. He is looking at the unusual options activity. I told him how I search for them, what I like to scan for, and then how to pick the best ones, best of breed out of those sectors, out of those unusual options activity. He's going to write those down. He's going to share those in the trade room for our members. I also told him to get the upgrades, downgrades, and price initiations and target changes, and we're going to put those on a format, and that'll be in the trade room as well. Yeah, I want you guys to have everything in front of you, including the trade plan. We're making a newer version of the trade plan, so it's more visual than anything for new members. Facebook, again, hitting new highs right now, still continuing to climb. That trade, if you got it at the end of the day, at the last closing day, you'd be up 106%. We're down 15% on that trade right now, still continuing to climb. January 10th Expo, not at all worried about that. Those of you that were down 50%, as I was as well, you just have to follow the trade plan. And sometimes that's when you want to add. Like I said, when you get that confirmed bounce off that simple moving average, that's a good time to add to that position if you have the time frame to do so. This one expires January 10th, which is about a week from now. So unless we really have another big breakout tomorrow, I'm probably not going to add to this one. I'll get the January 17th or the February monthly expo. So that covers Facebook. Facebook's at the day's high right now. It's looking good. I'm very happy with our Facebook trade. Next trade, Amazon. We're in Amazon. We have a profit on that. We're back in the green on the Amazon trade and looking great. I'm expecting Amazon to be a really large gainer for us here, so keep an eye on that. Facebook right now is really starting to take off again at the day's highs once again. Amazon, I'm expecting maybe we could get up to 1,900 tomorrow. And then next week, my target is between 1,900 and 1,950. And then going into January 17th, I think we could hit that 2,000 a share. So with Amazon right now at only 1876 a share, if you feel it's going to get up to that 2,000, now's the opportunity. What I like to do personally, so you guys know we do calls, puts, and vertical spreads. So on a trade like this, you guys could see the screen here. So let me pull up the option chain and share with you what we're doing. So let's say we got the Facebook or Amazon, let's say the January 17th, and let's say we did a spread, buy to open, sell to open, and we picked up the call spread, and we did the January 17th expo. So now here's a little bit further into detail, and this is what I usually do with our classes that we have. Clients that come take classes, we'll go into the details of the trade plan, adding to your positions, and what we do there. So right now, and then also calls versus puts versus spreads, because you want to optimize your gains on any trade you make. Right. So you have to decide, do I want to go with a call? Do I want to go with a spread? Where do I think that stock's going to go? Mm-hmm. And that's why when we're making a trade, we have our targets already set up. Here's target number 1, here's target number 2. Right. That way when I see it hit target number 1, I'm already locking in some of that profit. I'm not giving it a chance to give it back to the market. Right. So target number 1, that's where I'll take, it's not a set number I have, but I'll take partial profits at target 1. Right. Once we get to target 2, that's where you should be up over 100%, and that's where I'll finish taking those profits there. So right now what we should do is take a look at the Amazon option chain, and let's take a look at, is it better to go with a call or a spread? And this is something you could edit out then and say, what's better, call or spread, in this video later, because so many people say, Dave, what's the difference between a call, a spread, a put, what's better? So we're going to go over that right now. So if we say we have a target on Amazon, let's zoom out a little bit here. So let's see, our next target area is going to be right around 1,900 to 1,950. We got a lot of resistance right between here, right at 1950, and then again right around 1900. So right now it's at 1876.96. So let's pull up this option chain and let's look at when they report earnings here. So Amazon reports earnings on the 29th. So if we go with the February 17th expo, I think that'll be fine. I honestly rather go with a week into earnings. I think Amazon's going to have stellar record earnings. I mean, you saw the reports.
After
Black Friday sales were up to over 20% this year, so that's a significant gain. And that's why we're seeing the markets take off here, because holiday shopping was really great. So that's why we're seeing the markets continue into the breakout momentum cycle and the breakout momentum phase here. And that's why we're up now $4,000 for the day. Alrighty, so let's do the January 3rd. Let's first start with the January 17th so you can see what a spread looks like without earnings and then going into earnings. So if I was going to do this trade that's not going into earnings are, what did I say, the 29th?
29th.
So the earnings are the 29th. This is the January 17th expo. So if we say our target number one is 1900, then why don't we do something like the 1895-1900 vertical bull call spread and see what that's going for. So 1895, 1900, that's a difference of $5, right? So the max this trade could be worth is $5, 1895 to 1900. If we're only paying $1.90 for it, what's our max net gain here? So 5, divide that by 1.88. And that's 166% max net return. So now what we do, I always have a notebook. I always tell you guys, have a notebook near you. So if we're looking at another Amazon trade, we know the Jan 17th, 1895, 1900 vertical bull call spread. I always put VBCS there because I know what that stands for. I've been doing this a while, but you could just put call spread there. That's fine. Call spread. And the 1895, 1900, that's going for, now it's going for $1.90, 1.90. If the max it could be worth 5.00, divide that by 1.90. Let's see, 5, divide that by 1.9. And that's a max net return of 163.16%. So you're going to get 163% max net gain if you buy this 1895-1900 vertical bull call spread for the January 17th expiration. That's right before they report their quarterly earnings. I personally think that's a good trade. I think it's definitely going to get up to 1900. I think Amazon, Tech, and the rest of retail are going to continue to climb after those great numbers that came out from Black Friday. So that trade, 163%. Now, if we're expecting this to get up to $2,000 a share on a good earnings report, let's take a look at what a regular call is. First, let's change this now to December 31st. See what that same trade's doing. What's that?
January 31st.
Yes, January 31st. We'll do the 1895, 1900, and this would be considered a safe trade, in my opinion here. Really safe trade going into earnings. So 1895... 1900 call spread, vertical bull call spread. It's going for 2.15 a contract. 2.15 to be worth 5. As you can see, it's fluctuating there because she's still continuing to climb. So let's see, 5, divide that by 2.15. You're looking at 132.56% return. Look at the jump there now. Guys, space is taking off. Let's take a look at our space chart. Space, we just made a $600 profit in a couple of minutes here. Let's take a look at a space chart. I like watching the movers here because that's one we could definitely add to. We're going to remind me to get back to that Amazon trade, all right? I want to go over that. When I see something taking off, though, it's imperative to take advantage. Now, guys, take a look. This is the space chart here, right? Now tell me, is that still breakout momentum? It's holding above the yellow 10-day simple moving average. Now what is it doing? It's getting into consolidation. It's getting into resistance right here. So we're waiting for that break. If we get a candle, let's say tomorrow or Monday, we get a candle above 1188 a share. That's where I'm going to add to that position or create another position for a short-term trade. You know, because if we could break this resistance, that means we're probably going to have that next breakout momentum phase within the cycle. Okay, so if we're having that next breakout momentum cycle or phase within that cycle there, obviously we want to take advantage of a short-term trade. Right now we have the space April 17th, 1250 strike call, right? So we already have something long-term. Our long-term goal, this is for the, this goes into earnings for this year, the first quarter.
Yep.
So we have the April 17th, 2020, 1250 strike call. So that's fine, happy with that, but I want to take advantage of a short-term trade. So what's something I could look at? If it breaks that 1188, you know, if it breaks and gets a candle above 1188, closes above that, and then you get that confirmation candle the next day, that's where I'm adding, you know, probably something like a $5,000 trade for next week's expo, you know, because you want, that's when you want to capture those runs, when you're in the breakout momentum cycle and phase. Now take a look. Here's another thing that's just happening, and guys, this is because Wall Street's starting to come back from lunch. Look at Walmart on this chart. What is it? What has it been doing since 11? Down, right? And now what's happening here? We have the SMAs clustering. We have the 10, 20, 50 coming together. We're getting our first candle above the 10, 20, 50 SMA. Now this candle right here, if that's a green candle, that's going to be confirmation for an entry for a day trade on Walmart. You know, and there you go. There's the candle starting to break higher here. This is a nice optimal entry for a day trade because it's at $18.94 a share right now, right? Let me pull this up on this chart over here, and we go all over the place, so if you guys want to focus on one, I'm just trying to look for the best setup for us here. So WMT, if you could see, this is what I was just telling him about. Since 11 a.m., it's been in breakdown momentum. It's been going down, getting up to that 10, and then up to that 20, breaking lower up to the 50 here, and then it started holding that 10 again. You know, so here's the 10-20 cross right here. We got that wedge coming in. A wedge is you know, that signifies a reversal here. So we could look at that wedge. We got the SMAs clustering. We have the first candle above 10, 20, 50 SMA. Now, for me personally, you know, 9 more cents. If you get a candle above 119 here, you have no more resistance until 1930. That 30 cent climb right there, that can make you a quick 15 to 25%. You know, if you're looking for a day trade, or if you're looking to possibly get back up to that 119.7 for the day and possibly break out the highs for the today, then you're looking at a perfect entry for a reversal here off the day's low. And that's what you could do with this trade plan. You know, it's giving you those signals. You're looking for consolidation, support, resistance right here. Have you been watching the trade plan videos?
Yeah.
How have you been doing with that?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're helping me a lot.
You made your first trade today, right? Did you tell them in the trade room?
No, I didn't post it in the trade room.
No?
No, I didn't post it earlier.
Paula, AMD definitely wants that 50. I talked about that on the last video too. It's just, it's been climbing so much lately. It's tough. It's tough for me personally to get in that. Look at Walmart now. What did I tell you?
There you go.
And we were able to talk about that as it's happening right there, just like Space, just like Amazon, Facebook. You know, just in the E-Trade account alone right now, 2,400. Got to look into the other accounts here too, but the other accounts have Amazon and Facebook in them, so I see Amazon and Facebook are at the day's high, so they must be doing really well. I got that right here on the TD account. Amazon earnings are the 30th.
AUPH, Arinia Pharma shares hitting new highs, 21.42 after that earlier.
I see Amazon earnings on the 29th, Bob.
AUPH.
That's what E-Trade's saying anyway. Amazon, January 29th after the bell. Alrighty, so let's go back to Amazon and that trade we were talking about now before we got distracted by that little breakout. Baidu's up 7.5% today. That's unbelievable. Back up to 136. Baba's back up to 220. That's also up $7.62, up 3.59% for the day. Apple's having a hell of a day too, up 1.7%. Everything's getting a nice climb today, and I expect it to do so. You know, historically, this is usually my best time to trade, between November and like February.
Yeah.
Those are when I usually have the largest profits.
Bob said TW says the 30th.
137.5. Romeo lost the kilo uniform.
All right, so looking back here on Amazon, let's go back to the daily chart. So if you wanted to pick up that 1895 1900 for January 31st, now it's 245. You could still get 100% return max net on that if we jumped in now. Do I want that one or do I want a regular call? Let's look at a regular call now.
Yeah, the NASDAQ says January 30th. Market beat says January 30th. What did you get in there?
Let me see. Yeah, on here it says January 30th as well. E-Trade, that's one other thing with E-Trade. You know, you can never count on E-Trade.
Well, now that you mention that, TD America was down the entire. Well,
TD Ameritrade was down?
yeah, for a while this morning.
Wow.
Steve in the chat said they couldn't make a trade or do anything for a while. They were still on hold at like 10 o'clock from like 8:40 in the morning.
Let's put up the... I really want to make another trade on Amazon, you know? I'm trying to decide if I want to go with the January 31st. Colin Johnson said TD wasn't down. Colin, in the trade room, we had a few members that were saying TD was down or they were having problems with their platform.
Yeah, those are like probably localized.
Alrighty, let's see. What type of trade do we want? You know what? I'm going to go down the watch list here, and I'm going to add the link to this and the watch list. So as I go down the watch list here, this chart to the left is going to change. I want to see if there's any good setups here on a 6-month daily. I'll do a 3-month daily. Space, though, as you guys can see, short term here, that should get up to 1250 pretty quick. 1250 to 13. Alrighty, let's go down this watch list. So if I give you a stock, I want you to write it down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Apple.
All right.
That's going to 300, no doubt. Apple, and when I give you a stock, I'm going to give you a target, okay?
Okay. So
Target, and then I'm going to give you a stop price, okay?
Okay.
I want you to write down the target and the stop next to it. So, target on Apple, 300 to 305. Stop. Stop 296.5. And next to that, put short-term trade idea.
All right.
AMD is going to $50. There's no doubt. Put AMD next to it. Target 50. Short-term trade. January 17th expo.
Stop price.
48.42 right now.
That's the stop.
Oh, I thought you said stock price. Okay. Stop price is going to be... let's do 47. And then we're going to go through these trades here in the next like 15-20 minutes. Find the best one, and that's going to be our trade of the day.
Sounds good.
Well, now that they're doing the China trade deal, phase 1's complete. Navarro was just on CNBC. I was watching that this morning. You know, they're very optimistic. Let's go back here and see. We're at all-time highs now with BABA. See how quick that went from, what was it here? 130 a share back up to 220.
Wow.
And that's why we have those, the cycles and phases. Right here is no trade zone. Once you break the resistance of that no trade zone or that consolidation area, that's when you want to enter into a long-term trade, long-term call. Because once you're trading between that no trade zone or that consolidation right here,
It
look
just
for
fluctuates up and down.
what's that, June to October.
Yeah.
June to October, it didn't do nothing. So if you're trying to trade that, you're having a tough time because you're not getting that breakout. You know, it's just getting up to resistance, falling back down to support, not doing too much. And once it breaks that consolidation, has that green candle above with that confirmation candle, it rose, continued to climb at new all-time highs. And that's what I try to teach them, is because, you know, a lot of people, they think that they have to be in a trade at all times, you know?
Yeah, it's better to
You
just wait.
gotta wait for those cycles and phases. I mean, those are the best opportunities to trade.
Yeah.
Now, when we had that like Amazon right here on the 31st, remember when I said on the video, our last video, I said, guys, it looks like we're gonna climb off this 10-day. We pulled back, we retraced at that 10-day simple moving average. It looks like we're gonna bounce off of here and continue to climb based off the economic news with the Black Friday sales. The political news was pretty good. Nothing's going on with the House of Representatives. They haven't been sending it over to the Senate. There's a big thing going on there, but that's kind of dead now. That's flat. So now it's just easy. We're breaking off that 10 there.
Yep.
We're climbing. And like I said in that last video, I said, hey, it looks like a good opportunity to add here. So it looks like we're going to continue to climb. I'm not seeing any sell-off coming. I'm not seeing any kind of pullback. Dow's up 180, NASDAQ's up 68. It's looking good today, guys. We're up about $4,000 within the accounts today. So, going back to the watch list now, I wanted to share something with you guys as well. So, we have a couple different scenes here. We have the main scene that you guys could see us like this, if you like this type of scene. And then we also just made a new scene here for questions and answers. If you guys like this scene, it's probably going to take about 3 seconds, 5 seconds for you guys to see it. Is it live now? Okay, let me see how long it takes to come up on your end.
About 10 seconds, I would think.
Yeah, probably something like that. There we go. There's the, so what, about a 10-second delay?
Yeah, give or take.
Alrighty. So guys, let me know what you think, because at the end of each session, I want to do a Q&A like this where we could go over anything you guys want. We could have 10 minutes every day at the end of the video. We could go over Q&A and bring up anything you guys want. Do you guys like that scene at the end of the day there? Let me know.
Want to take a look at Apple and AMD now? Or you want to keep searching for some more things?
What's that?
Want to take a look at Apple and AMD now?
Well, I want to keep searching the watch list here. I'm just reading their comments. If they have comments coming up, let me know about them, okay? That way I don't have to take time out and...
Well, no, I am. I'll keep
Great.
an eye on it.
Alrighty, let's change this back down. Bank of America is another one. Okay, so let me tell you my quick story here. So I had to make Sophia an account, okay? And I went down to Bank of America in Celebration. You know Celebration, right?
Yeah.
What's Celebration like?
Terrible.
Who goes there, though?
All the Hispanics.
Hispanics.
Yeah, Celebration. Oh, Brazilians.
No, like Celebration, downtown Celebration. Is that a place that like a lot of people got money, or is that like?
Oh no, it's people that have money.
Yeah, that's an area. It's always Lamborghinis and Ferraris driving around there, and that's my closest Bank of America bank branch to me. So I went in. There was a 2-hour wait to open up an account there. I could not believe it. So I ended up talking Michael. I forget his last name, but he was the manager, the branch manager there. I'm talking to him, and he said Bank of America, they're competing. They said their online app and everything is doing so great. He didn't go into as much detail as I like. You know, I mean, obviously he's just the branch manager there, but he said that particular branch, he said, you know, like the safety deposit boxes, there's like a 5+ year wait for them.
Wow.
Yeah. He said people do not want to give those up. But anyway,
would
he
never
was
give
telling
something
me he thought Bank of America is going to continue to climb. We were talking about the stock price. He said their profits are increasing. He said the new signups are incredible.
Really?
You know, he said he's getting a lot of 529 tuition accounts signed up, savings account, personal checking, and business accounts.
That's good.
So they even, he said every single day as well, they lock their door and they still have like 20 clients in there. And like if they close at 5, they're usually there till 7 with their clients.
That's a long time.
Well, look at the stock. You know, like I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together here, you know?
Yeah, they're doing something right, for sure.
So I'm debating, do I want to get something with Bank of America or the financial sector? Because we don't have to directly go into Bank of America. We can
Right.
get into one of the financial ETFs. Do I want to do that, or do I want to go with Bank of America? Now, Bank of America, that was a honey hole years ago. I mean, see, here's the stock for Bank of America now, 35.53. You know, I mean, there's no doubt I feel it's going to be back up to $55. But the thing is, Bank of America isn't a volatile stock. So if you want something that's more of a safe haven, you know, you could park some either cash into this, buy some equity, buy some shares, and hold it, and then sell some covered calls against it. Or you could get leap options. Something like, let's take a look. If we wanted to do something like that, I mean, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I don't have patience for a trade that's 2 years long. Yeah, that's just me. That's just how I like taking advantage of short-term setups, either day trades or swing trades. I think the longest I usually have a trade is 3 months.
Really?
I usually never have a trade longer than 3 months. You know, but some people say, hey, you know what? I don't have the time to be here all day. You know, I want those longer-term trade setups.
Bob said he hates Bank of America's.
What do you like, Bob? What financial stock do you like?
No, he's talking about the branches.
Oh, the branches are horrible. I really wanted to get one with Chase, but Chase is like,
No, I like Chase.
yeah, I like Chase, but they're like picky. They're like, you have to come back between the hours of 1:30 and 2:30, and they're like, oh, or you have to make an appointment. I'm like,
not my ATM, not my Chase branch.
I went to the one at Hunter's Creek.
I don't know.
Maybe that's just because that's another.
That's another expensive
Yeah,
area.
another expensive area. Oh man, but see, that's where I
I
live.
love Chase, man. The app is great. You can just send money to anybody like that. It's great.
Yeah, Bob said he was talking about the branch there.
Yeah.
I like the financials, you know. I mean, obviously, the banks are on fire right now. Back 3 years ago, I didn't see any of this activity in the banks.
Bank of America.
Yeah. But in any of the banks, really. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm in Regions Bank here. I went downstairs, but they wanted to charge me, I think, $100 or $150 a month for a business checking account that I wanted, maintenance fee. I'm like, you want me to pay you to hold my money so you can lend out to other people?
For Chase, you can get a business checking account as long as you have $15,000 in a savings account there.
Oh,
And
and a savings account too?
As long as you maintain 15 in a savings account, you have business checking. And
That's what I just did with Bank of America. I said, you know what, I'm doing it all. The 529 account for Sophia for her college. I have her account too on TD Ameritrade. Maybe that'll be her car money or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. She's going back to private school though too. So
Colin said JPM is breaking out.
JPM probably looks just like Bank of America here on a 3-month daily. Let's take a look. JPM, that's another stock I love. I love when we interact with everyone like this. This is great. So if you guys want to continue talking with us, please feel free to type in the chat room there. Make sure you're taking a look at the site too.
Yeah.
Hunters Creek is not
A rich area, just busy.
Hunters Creek's a wealthy area though.
I wouldn't say wealthy. It's a nice area. It's
Well,
nice.
the houses there are like $700,000 and higher.
Yeah, that's not that expensive
No?
for Florida. Once you get to
Yeah.
Windermere, if you're talking Windermere,
Oh, Windermere, yeah, that's top area
you're
too.
talking like $2-3 million
Yeah.
a house.
Tiger Woods has a house in there.
And Shaq had a house over
Oh,
there.
Shaq too?
Yeah, $50 million house.
Wow. That's right down the road from us right here, right?
Yeah,
Like 15
like
minutes.
15 minutes.
Virginia likes to go through there.
I'd do through like
She-
Christmas time because they have all the nice lights up.
Yeah.
Jay said GS is also having a good day. Let's look at JPM first. And then,
JPM looks great. It looks just like Bank of America, as I said, but Bank of America to me has more potential here.
because it's a lot lower of a price right now.
Well, I think, think about it. When you're looking at a $35 stock and a
That was 100.
and $140 stock, if you got freaking $2,000 in your account, what stock are you going to buy, honestly?
Bank of America.
Bank of America.
Mhm.
It's a excuse me. It's a financial stock. It looks great, and everything looks good.
Mhm.
You know? Hand sanitizer. Can't be sick. The whole house is sick at my house. Sophia was up till 4 o'clock in the morning. She wanted pizza at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I had to order her a pizza.
They said GS is having a great day.
Yeah. Let me take a look at GS. Goldman Sachs is looking great. Jay, you just got that Apple card from Goldman Sachs, didn't you? Did you see that new Apple card?
No.
Yeah, he was showing me it the other day. It's it's like titanium. It's
really?
pretty neat.
Huh.
You get
I
mean,
who else has one of those?
me
It's-
personally, I don't care for products like that from Apple. I'd rather stick with the financial centers.
Yeah. I think who has a credit card that's titanium?
Chase has one, right?
Chase has one. I can't remember the other. It's a black card.
But out of these three, let's take a look at Citigroup. Citigroup looks great here as well. Let's take a look at the 5-year. Zoom out a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they had a lot of splits when they went through that. That's back in
That's-
2008.
that's- Yeah.
Yeah, that's in 2008.
That was that time.
But, I mean,
Since then, everything's been pretty steady.
everything's looking pretty good. Bank of America, though, I think is the best option. So
That's Boeing.
I know it does that there when I don't have it up all the way. So if I was looking at Bank of America personally, I'd do something like the January 21st, 2022. That's 2 years out till Expo.
$400 a contract. Oh no, hold on.
You could pick up the 35 strike call for $5.10, $510 a contract, and that's like a really safe haven stock. That's not one that you're gonna say, oh, this month I have 100% gain. Usually the banks, the finances, they're not that volatile like that. So would I jump into that? Me personally, like I said, I don't have the patience to
To wait
hold
that
for
long.
2 years.
Yeah.
I'd rather take, because you see the trades that we make. We make quick 20% gains on a day trade on the lower end. The higher end, it could be 150, 200% on a day trade. Swing trades averaging, 20 to 60%. For me, why would you want to wait a year to have that? So that's just me anyway. I mean, everyone has their own style. Not knocking down anything. If you guys like long-term trades, there's nothing wrong with that.
Bob said he just bought some Amazon balls.
Yeah, I'm looking at Amazon right here, 1876.94. Doesn't really want to break that 1880 yet today. I'm thinking probably tomorrow it's going to have another $20 run and get up to 1900 pin there for the day. Barring any bad news. Hopefully we don't get any bad news today.
Yeah, that's hope.
What are we up today? Today,
2,500.
$2,500. That's just in this account.
Oh.
So that's not bad. And that's what Facebook, Space, and Uber. And then in the TD account, I have Amazon over there
Let me see if.
and Facebook. Yeah, the banks, the finances usually do have a lot of liquidity. What have you been trading, Colin? And guys, if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up, okay? And let me know if you guys like those scenes there where we could go to Q&A at the end of the day like that. Right now, I still want to make a quick trade here for you guys going into next week's expo. I'm just deciding which one I want to get. Now take a look at Baidu. This is one that I think is a really good long-term trade right here. I mean, we just bottomed out at $100 a share. It hasn't been that low since I think the IPO. Look at that. It came right back down. what's that? A double bottom.
Mm-hmm.
We got a double bottom going back from 2013. 7 years ago almost.
Wow.
7 years ago. So we're at the lows of 7 years. We're just starting breakout momentum on Baidu. This is one I'm going to enter. And this is going to be one that's going to be like a 3-month plus out. So I'm going to put 3+ month till expo. Amazon is going to be short-term trade idea. Facebook, short to medium-term trade. Space, this is a good medium to long-term hold. So now I'm going to look and make a trade on Baidu. First, let me see any news, anything coming up with Baidu. February 19th are their earnings.
Oh, I'm just gonna do that.
Throw that on the board too, will you? Put the earnings date next to Baidu, Feb 19th. That's a hell of a chart right there. It looks like we're going to get up to 155 really quick. That's a quick 20-point climb.
I think so.
You know? That's what, a 18% climb from where it's at right now. Right around there. So if it climbs 18% in the next month or two, when is earnings? February 19th. Let's see when the February monthly is. Baidu looks really great there, and once that trade deal gets signed, everything's good. Should have another run. Let's see, February 14th. That's pretty cheap right there for February 14th expo. The problem is though, look at the open interest and volume. There's nothing there. Now if we go to the February 21st, this is the monthly expo. When is earnings?
19th.
On the 19th. That's still not bad, though. That's not bad at all. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick up the, let's see, what did I say the target was on that? 155?
155, yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up, I like the total volume. I like the open interest on the 135. So I'm going to pick up the 135 strike call. Let's do this. Send it out as an alert, send it in the trade room first, and then let's get it posted on the sites. February 21st, 2020.
What's the...
We're going to pick up the 135 strike call. The symbol is BIDU. 135 strike call right now, 8.10 per contract. And that's for the February 21st, 2020 expiration. Okay, I'm going to place this trade now. I'm going to pick up, let's see. I'm going to do a $5,000 trade on this one. I like that. 5,000, divide that by 8.1. That's about 5,000, divide that by 810. That's 6 contracts, 6.17. I don't like 6, so I'm going to go with 7. 6 is like a bad number, isn't it?
No.
No? What is 5?
I don't know.
Is it 5 or 6? That's
6.
the
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do 7. Let's see, February 21st, 135. That's going for 8.10, 7 contracts. We might get filled for that, and we might have to bump it up to. No, we should get filled.
Real quick, can you put this in over here?
What's
So I can
that?
send out the alert.
Yeah. Was not filled. Not yet anyway. Let me go to order status. That says live. Let's change that. I just want to get in it. There we go. We're in it. As you can see, the order was completed. Filled 7 contracts at 8.06. So we got in less than what we put in for. That's great. 8.06 a contract. That's our official trade.
8.06.
And that is a swing trade. You know, that's a medium term, not medium term, but you know what I mean. Couple of weeks out, we're going to look for taking profits. If we have another big day tomorrow on that, if Baidu climbs another $10 tomorrow, we're going to be sitting pretty on that. We'll probably be up over 60%. Look at that. How much am I up on the Baidu trade already? Look over here. Just look quick. Baidu, how much?
2%, $100.
How much?
$100.
$111.89. You know, like, seriously, that's what, 45 seconds?
Yeah.
You know, there's people that scalp and do this all day. Me, personally, I just find it boring to make $100 at a time. I'd rather take those $1,000, $5,000 profits. But Baidu's looking good, up $130 on it now, up 3%. Let's get those set out. So now, are you logged in?
No, not until.
Okay, yeah, get into mine. Okay, so see what you do now. You go to this,
Yeah, I remember.
and then hold on, I'm gonna show you.
We did it once already. Yep, I'll take care of it.
Remember what I just talked about with it?
Yep.
Give a nice description there. I'm gonna overlook it before you send it out, and make any type of adjustments. Alrighty, Bob said he's in. Do you have a preference on the spread on the bid and the ask? Colin, when I'm doing a trade, I always do at the midpoint. So here's Baidu today. It's just continuing to run here. 1:23 p.m. See if it continues to run for the day. Up $60 on it right now. Let's continue to go down the watch list, see if we see anything else on here. Let me change this back to 6-month daily, 3-month daily. Look at that chart on Baidu. Wow, what a breakout today. And see what it did too? 1020 cross right here, right?
Yep.
Here's the 1020 cross. What happened? Breakout momentum, retrace back down to that 10. This, now see if this was a red candle instead of a green candle, that would further tell me that we're going to consolidate or retrace back down either the 20 or the 50. So here is a good time to add on the 31st. You know, when you see that confirmed bounce off that 10. And then, I mean, if you got this on the 31st, that'd probably be up 200% plus right now. Alrighty, let's continue to go down here, see if there's anything else we like. Booking looks good. Climbed off that 10, but don't like today's candle on that. Citigroup's looking good. CMG, Chipotle Mexican Grill, up 2% today, up over $15. Let's take a look at them 1 year. That's getting up to resistance. I'd stay away from that for right now. Cisco's looking good. That might be one we could take a look at tomorrow. I want to keep this on here because then tomorrow we could go right back to this chart. Say, okay, Cisco did what we talked about it doing. So let's look at a Cisco trade now. I had to park my car in front of the bank.
Really?
You know?
That's the front?
Yeah. I want to ask the manager here if I could get a pay extra for a spot right in front. I don't want the Porsche over there, you know? Like, there's a lot of tourists over there, you know?
I know. I would try to park in the corners or.
You should see all the scratches on the Porsche already, you know? Like, people, I don't know what it is, if they get jealous or what, but the key marks on it. Some assholes out there. Alrighty, let's continue to go down here. Delta, DBX. DBX is looking good, but not one I like. Disney's looking ready for a climb now. I think Disney's going to be really great. Now, here's the thing, though. If we get, I'm talking to you guys on camera here, not to Umar. If we get a candle above the 20-day SMA tomorrow on Disney, we're going to have 152.50 to 153 as our target. And with Disney, that's perfect for a vertical call spread for a paycheck trade. So if we get that candle tomorrow, I'll make a trade for next week's expo or the January 17th monthly expo and do a paycheck trade on Disney. So let's put Disney on here. And you know what we're looking for with Disney. A candle above the 20-day SMA tomorrow. And then that's going to signify the next breakout momentum cycle within that phase. Look at Expedia there too. Wow, what a chart on Expedia. I like how it's climbing off that 1020 right there. But is it going to fail at that 50 and then head lower? That's why we need to wait for that candle above that 50. So I'd be waiting for a candle above 112 on Expedia. EXPE. So see, now the ones that aren't that significant right now, I put on my notebook. The ones that we're watching right now closely, this is like the bullpen right here. This is the ones that we're ready to use. They're right here. Amazon, Facebook, Space, Baidu, Cisco, Disney. And then we have the 3-month target, earnings date, short-term trade, short-term, medium to long-term trades. So that way you guys can get an understanding. If you're going to buy a trade like a space trade, you're looking for a medium to long-term, not a short-term. And we do that because you have to understand the trade plan. So if we're in the breakout momentum cycle, you know, that cycle could last for months. But we want the phase within the cycle. So if it's short-term consolidating, you don't want to jump into a trade for a short-term trade on something that's still consolidating, getting up to resistance, dropping down to support, and just doing that the entire time. We want to wait for breakout momentum cycle and the breakout momentum phase for going long shares or call options or even vertical spreads. And then for the opposite of that, then we're looking for puts and put spreads. So it's really important if you're in breakdown momentum cycle and breakdown momentum phase, that's when you're looking for puts and shorting shares of stock. So right now, this is what I'm saying. Watch list over here. These are things that we're going to be trading short term here soon. These are like our bullpen stocks that we might jump into tomorrow. Like I said, Disney, we're waiting for that candle above that 20 SMA. If that happens tomorrow, I'll jump into that. And that one, do a little bit further out. Do that 2-year target out, because then they can't see where it was back in 2013 like I had on here. Yeah, see right there. So zoom in a little bit. Right there. So just show that. Get a nice clip of that. Get rid of that thing. There you go. Perfect. Don't go all the way back there. I want the, yeah, see, right there. Perfect, right there. Beautiful. You don't have to, don't include those things up there. Just right here, black down. And make sure you get the price, the date. Perfect. Looks good. And you're making a separate folder for those, right? We're organizing everything. Mm-hmm. Let's have everything in, like, here's January folder, here's February folder, like January 2020. That way we could easily go back and recall anything. Let's continue to go down that watch list. Facebook. Really want to add to this today, but I think it's best to wait for tomorrow for that break above 209. Wow, look at FXI. So this is a China ETF. That's up 2.37% today. FXI. Just like we have the Diamond, SPY, ETF, things like that. China has, this one's actually pretty closely followed. FXI. Not much volume on it, but just starting to break out nicely. I expect 46 as target resistance number 1. Target resistance number 2 is going to be up near 48.
Dana wants to know what your thoughts are on cost.
My thoughts on Costco. I just went to Costco the other day with one of our friends, and man, I hate how that does that. Well, it costs right now, I mean, you know the trade plan, right? Umar?
Yeah.
What cycle is this right now?
Consolidation?
No, it's below the 10, 20, and 50 SMA. Breakdown momentum.
Breakdown. Sorry.
Breakdown momentum, there's the 10 crossing below the 20.
Right.
It's continuing below the 20 SMA, so we're using 20 SMA as resistance when it gets up in that breakdown momentum phase or cycle. So right now it's failing, it's near the day's low, and I would not be buying Costco right now. So whoever just asked that, let me see who asked about that. Daniel White said, thoughts on Costco. Costco's in BDM. Not a fan of that. I wouldn't go long it right now. I wouldn't trade it right now. It's just not one of those charts that are looking ready. If I had to pick a side, I'd be picking puts. I would not be picking calls right here. But like I said, me personally, I know what to stay away from. Costco's just one I'm going to stay away from right now. Okay. Now don't use words like gonna. Come on. And I want it to sound as best as possible. Now first, before that, talk about the reasoning why. Talk about the trade deal and do a little research. Find some stuff there, you know? I'm having you do it so I don't have to go and do all that. You know, that way I could focus on trading. But they need more than just the alert there. I want to give them the backbone of it as well. Ulta's still in consolidation right there. If Ulta could break that 257, I'd be jumping in on Ulta. Qualcomm too, just in consolidation. Colin said, most people don't like success. It's like they don't have the wherewithal to change their position in life. I totally agree. You know, what's worse is when your family gets upset with your success. I'm not talking about my family, you know, like, because then they're going to be calling me and thinking I'm talking about them. But, you know, like, I do have certain people that they get really jealous of your success, you know? You get anyone like that in your family?
Yeah, that's just family though.
Let's see. Which ones are you guys trading? I'm not sure. Play just said, which ones are you guys trading? If you can see, I have the watch list here. Let me put it up on the other screen. So there's the watch list if you want to take a look at that. I think they could see my keys in the background there. Let me get my keys. I want to show my Porsche keys on camera. So there's the watch list in the background. Could you guys see that fine? Do you like having that up for a couple of minutes? That way you guys could see. And then we could also have different screens on here. Like right here, I could click a new screen. And then on this screen, I could put current trades. So then we could talk about Baidu. Target profit area Baidu, what do we say? 155, right? $155 a share. Our Facebook, and I don't want to put the actual trades on the board here. For those of you that aren't members, if you want to join us, you can go to www.thesantarelliexchange.com, sign up there, or you could go on our new site that we're going to be launching very soon here, breakingchartalerts.com. Amazon target 1900 to 1950. Space 15 a share. And that's with 3+ months. The other ones are shorter term. So Facebook, Baidu, Facebook, Amazon, Space. That's all the trades we have, right? We also have an Uber trade that's open. If you guys want me to put the Uber trade up there, I could do that. That trade came right back. Remember that Uber trade that was down how much? Like 70%? Still looked fine though. We still had plenty of time. Now it's having a nice climb here. Got all the way down to 26 bucks. Now we're going to be looking for 31 target. 31 to 33 target on Uber. No space on there to write that out, but if you guys like us having this, so here's the current trades, and then if we want, we could go back here. Here's the watch list. Umar, what do you think of this? So watch this. I could say, okay, guys, here's our watch list, right? Mm-hmm. Then all I have to do is go like this, and then here's our current trades, you know. And on the next chart, we could have up top upgrades and downgrades.
Yeah.
And then that way, we could put the ones that we like on here. I also want to do what you were showing before. I want to do that today after we're done, because I think that's phenomenal what you did there. Yeah, so let's do that. This for now is looking good. I just got a haircut, so sorry if I'm looking over here. It looks so short on camera. Oh, it freaks me out a bit. I don't like change. So what did you guys think of that? Do you guys like having that backboard here where we could just go over, here's our current trades for the day, here is the watch list for the day, and then we could change scenes. We could go from that, and then we could go to the live trading here, and we could look at the screens on here, you know, and then we could do our trading and whatnot. And then at the end of the trading day or the trading video, we could put this scene up, and we could go over Q&A here for the day. What do you guys think of this setup? Do you like it? Please give it a thumbs up if you like it here, because if that's what you guys like, we're going to be doing this every day now, day in, day out. So let me know, and give this a thumbs up if you like it. Bill said to take an eye on Yum. Let's see here. Yum is looking really good, Bill. If we could get a candle above 102.25, I'd be looking at Yum. So Yum, I'm going to put that on my notepad here, YUM. It's at 101.71. I want to get an alert when it's above 102.25. Also, what I could do here, I could put an alert right here, and I could make it alert. Let me see, where the heck is it here? I think I just have to go up here. Alerts. So right here, if I want to make an alert for Yum, all I have to type in here is YUM. I could add it. And now I want a price above 102.25. And less than, I don't need it, because I don't care if it drops below. But if it dropped below 100, I'd be looking at puts. So you could put that there. I don't know why that did that. Now see, if it opens greater than 102, then obviously we could ride that up to 102.50. So I'm going to put, if it opens greater than 102 a share. We could do an alert after market hours. That's fine. And then the note for this could be YUM BOM. BOM is breakout momentum. So
You still have us in the Q&A section if you wanted to.
yeah, I just put that there.
Okay.
So let me show you guys this here. Why were they saying something about it?
No, I'm just telling you.
Okay. So here's back to that screen. So I'm putting in an alert for YUM, alert setup. We're going to go for a price above 102.25, I'll get the alert, or a price below 100 a share, which I'd buy some puts. Also, if it opens greater than 102 a share, it'll also alert us, and it'll also now alert us after hours, extended hours, if it reaches any of these criteria. We're having an alert window, and it's going to have a note saying YUM, and then in parentheses we have BOM, which is breakout momentum, and we have buy alert. So we know what that alert is when it comes up. So now we can hit OK, and now that alert is set. It's automatically going to pop up on the screen, and it's going to give us an alert, whatever's happening here. So that's really nice to have, because then you don't have to always put it in your notebook and be watching things on a daily basis. Nice job with that one, Bob. Or Bill.
What's our targeting stop for the Baidu trade?
Our target on Baidu is going to be already got some green on that. Okay, so 155 is going to be our target. Let's go target 155/share.
Okay.
Stop on Baidu is going to be I had such a large candle today. That's for the February 21st, so 130. Okay, what did you have there? Scroll all the way up? That is? Not R, is. That is based in China. Top line. Just say if you take a look at the 10-year chart on Baidu, you can see we have a double bottom and just starting to climb off of that. 10-year chart. Do you want me to do this quick so we can get that out? Yeah, let me just get it right up.
was 2013, right?
Yeah.
Daniel, Dave's looked at Costco earlier today, and he said it doesn't seem like a suitable trade right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still wants you to still look at it for a swing trade.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Yeah, when he finishes up over here, I'll take a look.
I didn't like Costco though for a swing trade, I said.
Yeah. That's what I said, but I just wanted to take a look at
I'd rather pick the best of breeds, you know. Amazon's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Costco's doing okay, but let's see. The stock is just now.
An ion, put on ion.
Huh?
At the end of there, just put keep on ion. Let's keep an ion. There you go.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on the chat and stuff. Zamboni said XL and X is breaking out. Earnings are I got that already in the oh no, you took it out, sorry. Yeah, Zamboni said XLNX is breaking out and it's moving up nicely.
Okay, let me do this first here, then I'll get to that.
I'm pretty sure that's all the same thing that you said up top.
Well, see, then what we could do is
Okay.
now see, I always preview this to see how it looks, make sure you don't have any errors or anything. Okay, now see, this actually has to be done. That looks good. I don't like that highlighted there. Where was that other place where you said I needed to
This space
get
right
the
there.
space?
What was up top? Right there.
If you have any questions. There we go. Now see, what I want to do as well is get a picture of Baidu, circle the double bottom that we have there. So here we could show it's just entering into breakout momentum cycle and phase on this chart right here. The chart below it, maybe at the bottom, or maybe right wherever I said about the double bottom, you could actually show the double bottom, circle it, show double bottom. This we went okay, but breaking chart alerts, let's do that, okay? Alright, so I'm gonna hit publish on this. Everything is about presentation. Always. Presentation, quality, and content. And accuracy. So,
You're still live too.
yeah, oh yeah. Looks great. Now all we have to do to send this out. How do I get out? Why did that do that?
Was doing full
F11,
screen.
I think, yeah. There we go. Alright. Now for this, we could hit publish. Did you put in the price that we entered? No, you put in entry price. You gotta put in the right price.
That's
We're in-
below actually, isn't it? That was
No, I got it at 806. See right here? Price paid?
Yeah, that's here.
Well, what was it? 8 up, 10 up here. He added a different price here.
It was.
I don't know why he has these two prices in, but
I thought that was just.
you know, open date 1/2/20, risk level, stock at purchase. This we have to put the exact price.
It was 136.
Okay. Let's see. We'll look at the date chart. Publish. And now there we go. Now it's gonna say sent, and all the members got the alert now on Santa Exchange.
We're still live.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, you're not 45 people waiting.
But I want to make sure that alert gets sent out. That's important.
Last time it wasn't.
How much are we up now for the day? I don't want to say because then
2,900 almost.
$2,900 just in that one account. It's not bad. Uber's really climbing well today. Let me see, what's Amazon doing? Amazon just broke 1880. Remember we were just talking about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do it as trade first, and then we'll do it as a post as well. And that could be like the trade of the day. Now how much are we up?
29 climbing.
Almost at 3,000 for the day.
Almost.
That's nice. And it's nice just for sitting back, watching your trades and discussing your trades,
Yeah.
You're helping others out. I know people that were trading for 5 years that had no trade plan, no knowledge of targets, stops, anything. That's what we're here for. There we go. Did we just break 3,000?
Yep.
Just broke 3,000 profit for the day, guys. Nice day today. That's just that account. Alrighty, so let's see here. The broker I'm using here is E-Trade. I use E-Trade Pro. Minaj says look into Intel, INTC. Intel on a today 1 minute chart's breaking lower. This is in breakdown momentum. You could be looking at support right around 60.65 down to 60.5. XLNX for, I think Zamboni brought that up. XLNX is looking great there on today 1 minute. Nice climb there from the lows at $100 a share. Climb up to 44 cents from that low. Let's take a look at Facebook trade is still climbing. Looking good. 3-month daily chart on XLNX. This is looking fantastic, actually. That's a nice chart right there. Who brought that up? XLNX? You deserve a prize for that. That's a nice catch he has on XLNX. We're going to keep an eye on this because if it breaks above 150.54, let's just say if we get a green candle tomorrow, I'd be entering. Because that'll be a candle then above resistance, and then we could be looking at a target of 108 short term and 110 for 3 months out, which is a 10% climb in the underlying asset equity, and with options that's easy, a 50% plus, depending on the expo date. Yeah, Zamboni, that looks good. XLNX, that's a nice catch right there. Is there any news on it?
I didn't see anything.
No? Up almost 3% today. That guy wanted me to look at Costco once again. I told you, Costco did not look good to me. Resistance 292 and 292.21. If it could break above 292, let's just say if it could break above 292.25, then we could look at 293. But that's only a 75-cent, gain from there to there. Like I said, looking at a 6-month daily, it's getting up to that 20 and failing, and now it's still near the day's lows. Not something I really like to look at. Zamboni said he got that because of seasonality and 5G play. That 5G is going to be huge. I was actually talking to an engineer about 5G. I don't know if it's true what he said, but he said that with 5G, they could actually, just by your phone, they could see a visual of you from the radiation from your phone or from something that's going on with that 5G. I read an article. Did you ever hear anything like that?
No.
They said it's actually dangerous, too, with all this radiation or something.
I don't think so.
No?
That's not how radiation works.
Well, there's the waves, the waves that get sent off from the cell phone, you know, that can interrupt your cells in your brain. You know, that's why they talk about it going up to your ear, and there's been studies on that,
Yeah,
but
but
I don't know if
Phones naturally don't give off radiation, though.
they give off waves.
Yeah, that's not radiation.
Yeah. But I think there's something in 5G that can.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, I don't know about 5G specifically.
Let me see.
Regular, we're talking about regular phones. Regular phones don't give off radiation. However, like I'm talking about the phone itself, there could be products like metals and stuff inside of the phone that might give off radiation, but that's a different story. That's physics, though. That's because the way wavelengths and stuff work. Like
Yeah.
that, it's.
Radio frequency radiation. That's what it gives off.
No, I don't think so.
That's what it says. Radio frequency radiation can increase the risk of cancerous tumors.
So can
You
sugar.
know? Exactly. It depends who, you know, just like there's Democrats, Republicans. It depends what side you're on, you know?
I feel like you could do anything nowadays to get cancer.
For me, I really don't give a damn.
We all gotta die one day.
Exactly. That XLNX, though, I gotta put that on this one as well, because that's looking really good. That was a good job with that, Zamboni. Alrighty, let's see what we're up to today. How much am I up in the other account today?
2,200 or 2,000.
$2,020 in the other account. How much on this one?
3,000 nearly.
3,000. So that's over a $5,000 day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, guys, let's go over and finish off the day with Q&A. $5,000 day. We did a great job. We're up over $3,050 in E-Trade, up over $2,000 in Sophie's account on TD. And then in my other E-Trade, that one's green as well. So let's go and change to Q&A. And if you guys have any questions here, now's the time. Either in the Facebook chat or the website chat, SantaRellyExchange.com chat room, or on the YouTube chat here. Feel free to comment, and let's do until 2:10 p.m.
220.
Okay, we could do 2:20. Zamboni, let's see if we can make a trade on that tomorrow. It's a good trade. I'm going to send you your award. What a nice day, though. I love having days like this, and I only think tomorrow's going to be good as well. Wow, NASDAQ's up 75 right now. We're in breakout momentum, no doubt. No freaking doubt. Did you make that yet?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
What's his name? Pais showed me how to fix it.
Well, let's get it. We shouldn't have to fix things. I'm busting, yeah. But yeah, we got to get that stuff down. That stuff, like, that'll drive me nuts. Because if that alert gets sent out, that's all they're gonna see then. And trust me, they'll be on your butt about it. That XLNX, I'd really like to make a trade on that here. Looking at that, keep looking at it. Yeah, I'm waiting. Guys, we're at Q&A, so if you guys have anything. All right, he said take a look at AMAT. AMAT was one of them I went over a week ago. Hope I didn't miss it. I think that's right when we had that 1020 cross. Doesn't look bad, but also doesn't look great. 1.87% today. It's not a bad one. If you entered into AMAT, I would have the stop at 61.75 and target of $63 or 63.10 for next week's expo or the January 17th monthly. Let's see, Colin Contracting, Dave, PAGP for an oil play. Let's take a look. PAGP. Now, see, the one thing that's nice about this play, Colin, is, you know, it's been in breakdown momentum for this entire cycle from what are we here, July of 2019 all the way up until December 17th, you know, and then we started breaking out again. So we had that 1020 cross climbing, holding above the 1020-50 SMA. If we zoom in a little bit more here so you could see the details, here's the 1020 cross. First green candle here breaking above that consolidation at, you know, 18.2. So this candle here was a nice entry. Then you're looking for a possible pullback at that 50. It didn't pull back. Right here it struggled a little bit with resistance at that 50. And then the following day on the 19th broke above the 50 SMA. That's your confirmed entry. You could run that. And then what happened? First candle below the previous day's body is a signal that you're going to retrace back to that 1020 or 50 SMA, depending on what it's usually doing here. So you can see here's that first candle below the previous candle's body. This entire breakout momentum. Here is a candle above the previous body. Here's a candle above the previous body. Candle above previous, candle above previous, candle above previous, above previous, above previous, above previous, and then here on the 27th, your first candle that closed below the body of the previous candle. So right here, that's telling you with our trade plan that we're going to retrace back down to that 10 or 20 SMA. So we retraced down to that 10, and now we're getting a pop off that. So you're going to have a target of 1950 to 19. Let me zoom out a little bit here if we're doing a longer term trade. So short-term resistance 1958, and then again at 20, and then we could look at 21.25. So there's three areas of targets right there depending on the time frame. So Colin, if you're looking at this and you're looking at a trade, first off, let's take a look and see if there's any type of events coming up on the earnings calendar. And as you can see, nothing for January, nothing for February, nothing for March. Don't know what's going on with this company and why there's no earnings. Let me see, is this an ETF? It's not one I closely follow, but it's looking good right now. It's holding off that 10, climbing. So if you're getting a trade on this, your first stop signal is going to be a red candle below the 10 SMA, but that's also below this candle right here. So you're looking at a stop of 1875 if you're jumping into PAGP. And what I'd be doing if I was jumping into PAGP, let's take a look at the option chain and analyze that quick. PAGP. And if you take a look here, I'd probably do something like the February 21st, 2020 Expo. If you're looking at the 19 strike, that's pretty cheap there. You can pick up the 19 strike for 75 cents. But you also have to keep in mind, look at the total volume, open interest, not much going on there. So this is one that you're going to have to keep a smaller trade rather than a large trade. I mean, this is a type of trade I'd be making less than $2,500 trade on, just because of the total volume and open interest. Now, if you want to buy some shares and sell some covered calls against your shares, all you're doing here, let's say you buy 1,000 shares and then you sell to open, let's say you're doing the May 15th, let's say we're doing the 21 So here's what it's going to tell you. So your net debit, instead of it being 1909, you're paying 1909, but then you're bringing in, 45 to 50, let's say 50 cents a contract. So 50 cents minus that 1908 or 1909, and then you get a net debit bid of 1853 and an ask of 1864. So it's reducing your risk there. You're bringing in some premium, and if you did the 20 strike instead of that, it brings it down even cheaper to 1824 a share. So you're buying it for 1824 to 1840 a share compared to 1910, and once that expires, you're keeping that money, and then you could roll out another covered call for any month that you figure you want to do. That's if you wanted to do some covered calls. Alrighty, any other questions before we wrap up here for the day? No, don't click on that. You don't need to go there.
Well, no, because she said she received the text with just no details. But it's on here.
Well, send that. Send that link. Yeah, all you have to do is, if you go to trade feed, no, that looks sloppy, dude. Come on.
I tried the best I could with this mouse.
No, we have programs. Come on. We can't do stuff like that.
I'll show you.
No way. I have Photoshop on there too. Or on the platform like you're using there. They have tools there that you could just make a nice circle that's in one color. Look at that. They're going to be thinking you're, what's that one that, I forget what it's called. Any other questions? Zamboni, we just looked at AMAT. I just went over that with you. I went over a whole trade ID on AMAT. 63.10 would be the short-term target if you're looking at something like next week's expo. That's target number 1. Target number 2, we could look at 65, and the stop would be the first candle below 61.7. If you're doing a short-term trade like January 17th or earlier. If you're doing a long-term trade, you're buying the 62.50 strike call, and you're looking at a target of 65 plus if you're going with the February monthly expo or further out. Amazon. Wow, Amazon 1886 now. Let's take a look at the other account that has Amazon in it. Let's see what that's up now. That's up 2,300 now.
Wow, really?
2,300, 3,100, $5,300 day. That's not bad. We didn't lock any in though, we don't have any realized gains for the day. It's all unrealized. So if we have another day like this tomorrow, then I'm going to be locking in those profits because I'm not going to let couple $1,000 have a chance of retracing again here on any type of market news.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Benzinga down here in the background today, did you?
I did not.
Oh, I don't have it shared up here. That's probably why, right? I like this, how we could go like this though, back and forth, watch list,
Yeah, it looks good.
and then current trades. That's great. Trades are doing phenomenal, still climbing, up 3,200 in the E-Trade account right now, up, let's refresh this one, up 2,300 in the TD account. Really, what a nice day today. What a hell of a day. All right. That's looking good. Should I sell the... Let me see what I have in the TD account. This is Sophie's account right here. I got her account up really quick. Let's get to positions. I think I only have... I have Snapchat in her account as well. So let me show you guys the trades I have in Sophie's account right here. This is my daughter's account. So as you can see right here, we have the Amazon 1855 strike call, and that's for the January 17th expo. We have a total gain of almost 41% on that already. Days gain 68.38%. We have a gain of $1,472 on that trade. When did we make that Amazon trade? Tuesday? Or was it Monday?
Might have been Monday.
Whenever we made it, I could go back and look, but look at how quick that was. It was a $3,600 trade. We got one single contract for Sophie's account, $3,600, and we're up $1,472 on that. You can't beat that. And that's for a week. And that's Sophie, my 3-year-old. My 3-year-old just made $1,500 on Amazon for the week. And she's sitting home watching Peppa the Pig. What's this account up now? Right here. Almost what?
$3,200 almost.
$3,200 on E-Trade. Now it surpassed 32. Now it's at 33. And the other account here, Amazon's continuing to climb. Let's see. Up 2,300 still in that account. What a day. What a day. All right, let's see if there's any last questions here before I run. Daniel White says about Disney. I totally forgot about Disney. I wanted to go over that. First, here's the other trade, guys. Snapchat. I don't know when we made that. January 17th, 16 strike call. We're up 25.52% on that. Let me take a look at Snap quick, see when I want to take those profits. It's always important to be looking, analyzing, and deciphering when you're going to take profits. I think on Snap 1725 is where I'm going to take it. But the thing is with that is we have the January 17th expo, so we still have 2 weeks. I'm going to keep that open for right now. I like Snapchat, going to keep that open and let that run. How much are we up right now on this one? Take a look quick.
$3,500.
Almost $3,500 on E-Trade and up $2,500 on the other one. We're up $6,000 today. $6,000 in one day. That's unrealized, though. I can't say, hey, here's our realized gain, because I'm holding on to these positions because we're still in breakout momentum cycle and phase. So it'd be silly to lock in profits right now just yet. It's looking good, though. I'm debating if I want to sell Snap here. It's a small trade. The trade only costs $725. Amazon's still climbing. Up 2,400 now in that account. 2,400 and 3,500. $5,900. Not bad. I'm gonna sell Snap now. For me, that's a little bit, but see, it still looks good, you know. There's no doubt in my mind it's gonna get up to this yellow line right here, which is resistance number 1, resistance number 2. Do I think it'll get? When is Snap earnings? If they have earnings baked into this, maybe I'll hold on to it. I think they should do well. No, there's no earnings in January. February 3rd is when Snapchat has earnings. Alrighty, so let's see. Maybe I'll sell this Snap. Okay, contracts 10. Let's see what they're going for on E-Trade. TD, if you're on their site, it's, I don't know why. I like E-Trade Pro platform better than TD right now. And I'll bring this box down so you guys can see as well what we're doing. So Snap, we have the January 17th. We have the 16 strike call. They're going for 90 cents right now. 0.90, sell to close. Review trade. Limit. Place order. Alrighty, that was filled. We sold Snapchat the 16 strike calls for the January 17th. Now we have this on our site too. We got to close out that trade Snap. So know what I'm doing here. We definitely got to keep up with this. So Snap, January 17th, 16 strike calls. They are closed. 90 cents. And that was at 223. Looks good. You're probably hungry. You didn't go on lunch yet, did you?
I'm good. Still, I'll keep busy.
It's nice when I keep busy. I keep my mind off things like... Alrighty, so Amazon's still climbing. Now I'm up 2,500 in there. 1887.46. That's looking good. Let's see now. Disney, let's go over that quick. They wanted to ask about Disney. Disney's looking phenomenal here as well. Remember, we were just talking about Disney. Disney is up on the right here, watch list, Disney. Disney looks like a good entry for next week's expo. I might do a trade on that in Sophie's account here. Let's see, DIS. I'm going to make a trade in her account. All right, Disney was just executed. I got the Disney January 17th, 148 strike call.
$140.
148 strike call at 1.82 per contract. At 1.82 per contract for the January 17th, 2020 Expo. Good. That looks good. We could hold on to that for a couple of days. I'm going to look at 149.50 to 150 as a target. So our target, tell them our target on that is 150. Target 150 to 152.5. 0. Perfect. Amazon, holy smokes, $18.90 now. Up $2,600 in that account already for Amazon. The Amazon trade's up $1,800.
Space is climbing too.
Space is continuing to climb, looking good. I love this job. Where else are you going to make $6,000 in a day? And that's the beauty of it. If you wait, it is. It's just like it. I've never done cocaine, but it's addictive. You know, when you get that $6,000 profit and you're like, man, let's look for that next setup. Let's look for that next trade that's following our trade plan. It's so addicting. And the goal, though, the most important thing is being disciplined and patient, because if you're trying to search for a trade all day, every time, you know, you're going to force yourself into some of those trades.
Go back to Baidu.
Baidu is just, you know, you don't have to watch every tick of those. Baidu is looking great. More days highs on Baidu. What is our Baidu trade on? We're up 120 bucks on the Baidu trade, up 2%. That's not bad. Not bad at all. You in it, Bob? You got some profits on it already? If we have another day like today on Baidu, I'm definitely going to take profits tomorrow. I'm probably going to jump into Disney on this account as well here. Let me do that while I'm here. That way I keep Disney on my mind, because if I just put it in Sophie's account, you know, when you're trading the other account, sometimes you'll forget. So let's see, January 17th, 148 strike at 180. Let's see if we can get 183 by the open. We're up 130 bucks now on the Baidu trade already. She's continuing to run. All right, did this Disney trade execute? Let's see. Did not execute yet. Let's see here. Order status, live. Let's change that from live. Oh. Right here, live change. We'll put it up to $1.80 for buy to open. Place trade. Still not executed yet. Alright, we'll do it at 185. That should definitely fill there. There we go. That's complete. That's set. That's done. And we are good for the day now, guys. Looking good. Great day today, guys. Alrighty, any last questions here before we head out? I'm going to be in the trade room still. I'm going to be here, so if there's any other questions, that would be great. Chung Hao says AVGO long. Let's take a look at AVGO. That's looking good there as well, Chung. I would have a target of 328 to 330. Did you get those trades in on another thing?
No, Baidu, yeah.
Okay, great. What do you think about Disney? Should I send that out, or should that just be
Up to you. I posted in the trade room.
Yeah, we posted that in the trade room. We said it on video, and then on the video earlier today, I was saying if we got confirmation tomorrow, we'd enter. So tomorrow we get confirmation, we could send out a nice trade alert for going into Disney earnings. Because with Disney earnings, that's going to be picking up the new streaming service they have.
Yeah.
They got 10 million signups within the first week or two. So
yeah, it's like
I'm
$10 a pop almost. So.
Yeah, and my wife and baby, they're on the phone and they download the app all the time. Hulu, I'm paying about $60 a month. I got like 3 accounts with Hulu.
Why?
Disney, I already have 2 accounts. They forget the password, so they take my credit card and sign up for another account.
I pay $5 for Hulu.
Do you have $5?
Yeah, student profits. Actually, I don't even pay for Hulu. I pay $5 for Spotify. I get Hulu and Showtimes for free.
See, I'm supposed to get Disney Plus for free with Verizon. But I don't know. I just don't have the time, and it's only $10.
Like 6 signs.
It's like, yeah. All my subscriptions all together each month are probably around $500 a month. But
well, you're not counting the $100 you just spent on food, which is technically a subscription.
yeah, that's true too. That's $800 a month. So yeah, there's $1,300 a month. Our Disney trade's now creating. It's just nice sitting back and just watching as the day continually progresses, watching your account continue to climb like this. What a day. Alrighty, guys, and Chung, for you, that said about AVGO, I like this here, target 327 to 330. That's going to be your target number 1 resistance. Your stop is going to be your first candle closing below the 10 and 20 SMA here. So if you get a candle that's closing below 318 a share, that's when you'd exit that trade and take that small loss before it possibly retraces back down to the 50 there.
Did you by any chance address Drummer? He wants to know if you got any news on the trade challenge.
Drummer trade challenge update. Umar, what were we working on today?
Getting all the papers. And
We got all the papers ready for it. It's just probably going to be a couple more days. I was thinking I could get that finished this week in here because everything has to be set up right with that. We want accuracy and we want it to be set up where it's easy to follow.
Yep.
We don't want to just be like any other service out there that, throws something out and then 30 seconds later they send you a sell signal on it. That's not the way to trade. You're not going to make money like that. So what we're going to be doing is the swing trades, and we're going to be focused on those swing trades. Look at the Disney trade already up 2% now. Quick, $40 on Disney already, and that was a small trade, $1,800. So that's the target there. That's the plan with the trade challenge, Drummer. I'm excited to get that started because we're having a really nice market here. It's a perfect opportunity to start the trade challenge. But me, the type of person I am, I'd rather have things set up properly the right way for you guys to make it easier for you guys than for me to just say, oh, hurry up, let me start the trade challenge so I can get these numbers in and say, hey, look, we just made 200% with our trade challenge. To me, honesty and transparency is more important, so we're working on all the documents here. We got the spreadsheet together, and we have the site ready. Our Disney trade's already up 3%, quick $60 on that. Baidu's up 130, so there's $200 on those trades we just made today that are both pretty small trades. Along with the other trades, we're doing pretty well. We'll be looking to take profits tomorrow if we have another big day like this today. Dow's up now 207 points. NASDAQ's up 84 points. That's insane. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to go finish up the trade challenge documents here. We're going to finish up some of the things for the live videos. I'm going to be in the trade room. That's pulled up right here on my screen. So if you guys have any questions, just ask us in the trade room at www.thesantorelliexchange.com. If you're not a member, go there. You can sign up, and you can be with us all day in the trade room and on live video and get our email alerts. And once the app is done, the app is almost done. Actually, I got to finish that up today. I'll probably do that this weekend, but the app is going to be incredible. That's going to give you notifications on your cell phone instantly. It's going to say trade alert, trade idea, or trade of the day. And then we could have alerts for upgrades, downgrades, and price initiations, target changes, and you'll get that right on your phone instead of sending out text alerts that are going to cost, they were costing me about $900 a month sending those out to all the members. So this way it's kind of free besides for the price of the app. So long term it's a good investment. And that's what we're going to do, guys. That's our game plan. If you have any questions, just go in the trade room and feel free to ask in there. Alrighty, guys, take care. God bless. And I hope most importantly, you guys have a really great new year and a new start to the decade. Let's have a great year, guys. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you in the trade room. And guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up for us and share it in some of your Facebook groups. Anything else you want to go over? Alrighty, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care and God bless.